Relax.
La la. Here we are.
La la. What's this? This is.
Yeah, you're gonna, yeah. Put one of those in there so that it can make a lot of sense. You know when we do that. Big Elvis the chef. I'm here, and guess who I brought with me? The incomparable, the undeniable, the witty, the wonderful, and yes, he's brought his beer.
All work in the house. Nice to see you.
Look like a boxing intro.
Yeah.
He was like,
Yeah. And then we also have, I mean, like this person here, I mean, just for me, I'm honored, honestly, to be friends with a person like this. And when I say person, it's not because I'm confused with gender. No. I say person because I'm doing it for you. Guess who's here?
it's Doctor Surgeon, the people's doctor.
People's doctor. People's doctor. That means that in a minute you're going to be able to consult with this man. In a minute you're going to be able to get a one-on-one with this man. See? That's how great it is. You don't need Dr. Oz to tell you who's up and coming and who's next. We at Premium Black News have one of the best educators I ever met.
All work. We already did this.
All right.
And today we're going to be talking about, maybe your cup should say it for us. Can your cup say it
Think
for
so?
us?
Oh.
Are we going to wait?
We're going to wait.
We're going to wait.
All right. So we got a video up here.
All right, Christopher Perkins. What does he say?
What do you say? Salute. Keep doing real premium black media news work.
Thank you, Christopher.
We appreciate you too.
All right. So you ready to
Yeah, we're gonna
listen to this
we're
video?
gonna play a video. This is the latest thing happening. You know, you guys don't want to hear anything about what's going on the campaign trail. Let's not play that game. Come on, we got something better for you. Let's go.
All right.
When you play
keep it
hard to
going.
get,
It'll be fine.
when you come off as me.
Okay, guys, I look a crazy ass mess, but I just
Alright.
had to get on here and
What did she say?
That was hard to understand. The beginning of that. Let's just push this table back a little bit. We're gonna back away from the table. Boom. Look at
All
this.
right. Looking good.
You're looking quite buff there, Ulrich.
Well, also, you forgot your mic.
No. Let's not tell everybody everything. Let's not tell everybody everything.
Okay.
That's what he's talking about is our the pre-show clips. So that's not available for you guys right now.
Oh, no.
No, I know what you're talking about. I just lied just then.
Okay, gotcha.
Okay. All right. In this clip, there's a woman that she looks Hispanic, and she says that men really want you when you ignore them and you disrespect them. What did she say? Something like that. So I'm gonna try to go back. This is hard to go back in this chat. This. All right, good. Try to listen real quick.
Men have this sick obsession with you when you play hard to get, when you come off as me.
okay, guys, I look a crazy ass mess,
Okay.
but I just had to.
So men have this. They have an obsession with you when you play hard to get and when you act mean, and then it cuts to a chocolate woman with a baseball cap and glasses. Nails are done. She has a full set of nails. Not too long, not too short. Kind of like almost a little bit too long, but still looks good. Beautiful skin. Chocolate sister. And she sounds intelligent too. She gives across a person that she appears to be like, what do you think? College educated, you would say?
Maybe.
Yeah, or maybe currently in college. Currently studying.
At her age, she looks like she's 34 years old.
Yeah, but
That's when they go back.
They always go back.
I don't know. She got the hat. She's hard to tell with the hat and the glasses. It's almost like a disguise.
The hat and the glasses almost a disguise.
Yeah.
You know, I thought that. But she has a nice complexion. She's a beautiful chocolate sister. I definitely an adjustable 6 all day. You put her in that, out of that sweatshirt. I think she's in shape. I think, and I like the way she sounds. Her voice sounds attractive, and I think that's part of her appeal in this.
Really?
Because her voice comes across as believable. She doesn't come across like a person that doesn't know what they're talking about. That's what I got from her. And it's great. See, the thing with the Premium Black News, he's not gonna be yeah when I talk, and I'm not gonna do that when he talks. We're different.
She kind of seems kind of young-headed to, like, kind of young-minded to me.
Really?
She kind of seemed like a young, and she kind of read some off the internet, and now she's kind of reflecting what she's heard. Like from the beginning of the video, regardless of what she said, how she presented it, how she came across.
Right.
She kind of seemed like not that she's like dopey or dumb. She doesn't sound dumb or anything.
Right.
She just sounds like a young woman. She found something on the internet. She thinks it's cool. She's presenting it like it's the coolest new thing.
All right, cool. All right.
I haven't really gotten a good gist of it. I heard a little bit, and but haven't really taken it in yet. So I'm about to really hear it when you guys hear it.
Yeah. Great.
Get on here and explain it because this is becoming a common issue the girls are asking, and I found the answer. So apparently, when a woman is in love, or what makes a woman fall in love is the release of dopamine and oxytocin. So this can happen when dopamine is released when you just happy, you can eat food or whatever makes you happy, you'll release dopamine. But oxytocin is released for women when they have, do things like having sex with somebody. Now men, their love hormone is released when they release dopamine like women, but a hormone called vasopressin. So vasopressin is a hormone that's released in men that make them fall more in love. But guess what releases that for them? It's not sex. So women are out here sleeping with men, think that the more that they sleep with them, the more they're going to fall in love with them. Or they're out here doing nice acts for men. Oh, I'm going to do this for him. Oh, I'm going to do that for him. I'm going to be loving. Thinking that that's going to make them fall in love with them, because if a man does that for a woman, that's what makes us fall in love. But it's not the same the other way around. Vasopressin, a man's love hormone, is released when a man is stressed. Can you believe that? So the reason why men are like weirdly obsessed with you when you ignore them or when they have to chase you is because it's releasing a love hormone. The stress of not having you is actually making them love you more. Not only is vasopressin, a man's love hormone, released when they're stressed, it's released when they have high volumes of sodium in their body. So, like, basically, if they eat, obviously, if you eat, you're increasing sodium levels in your body. And I guess that's where the term comes from. The way to a man's heart is through his stomach. So if you're feeding your man and stressing him out, he's going to love you. But let's push the food shit to the side. The things that we as women have to get together and collectively understand, because this is a scientific thing. Look it up yourself. I went into a rabbit hole finding this shit. I was like, oh. But the thing that we as women have to understand is all that lovey-dovey shit, oh, I'm going to do this for him, oh, I'm going to kiss his ass, is going to make him slightly appreciate you, but that does not release the love hormone. These men don't even know why the women that stress them out and don't want them are the women they want the most. They couldn't tell you because it's a biological thing. It's science, and if you don't know the research like I did a couple of weeks ago, you would not know that. So on paper, you're like, oh, I'm going to do all these nice deeds, and they're going to love me because when he does that, I love him more. But that releases oxytocin in you. That's what makes you love. We need to release vasopressin, so we need to stress these niggas the fuck out. So all the men in your DMs that are chasing you, keep ignoring them, love, because that chase, that stress is releasing more love for you. It's such a fucked up concept, but science said it. I ain't make the rules.
You want me to give you a second? Or
I'll just say this
because we got a doctor here. She keeps talking about this as science. I know somebody that knows a little bit about science.
I'll say this, and then I'll let you guys go. Women, do not listen to this chick. Okay? She is single, and she's going to help the rest of you guys single. Do not listen to her, and in a few, I'll tell you exactly why. What you guys? I mean, I'm disturbed. I'm really.
You're disturbed. You're disturbed.
I'm disturbed because
that sounded good to me. I was like, I told you, we got a lot of rhythm. You know, we got a lot of rhythm. We start talking, that rhythm start going in. Next thing you know, we think we right.
You know,
You're referring us to talk about black people. Black people, gotcha.
Oh yeah, black people. We got and salesmen too. There's it's a salesman kind of a spiel. So you can have more than just. Wait, I'm sorry. I just need to wipe this screen. This looks a little dull to me.
It's funny you said it. We are really seeing her in two different ways. I didn't see her as a salesman. She doesn't seem necessarily confident.
No.
She
I'm
seems
not saying that
yeah.
she's a salesman. I'm saying why did I mention
her
salesman?
whole flow and stuff like
Her
that. So
flow.
really
Her
easy
confidence.
stuff
Yeah,
like
her
that.
confidence, her
Okay.
flow. Look it up, and this is what you have to be worried about. It's the person that tells you to look it up. Those usually are the most full of ass people you're gonna meet because they ain't even look it up. They just hearsay. All of this stuff is hearsay. Like I hate to say it, like Ye, he brags about one of his strengths is not reading, and so most information he's getting is from, I guess, of advisors, people that tell him stories. Like, remember that guy Carlos that I had working for me? He was my tech guy. He used to be like, Elvis, I'm gonna tell you all about World War One. Are you ready? And then for the next 3 days, he's just nonstop breaking down World War One to me, breaking down World War Two to me, breaking down all these different wars, and that he got pleasure at. So I can see Ye is one of those people that they get all that information. You see, what I have to always remember is that my tech guy, God bless the dead, by the way, Carlos is no longer with us. He's a black man named Carlos. That was always the funny part too. He was a black man named Carlos, and a bit of a racist against black people, and he was very, very black. But that's a story for a whole nother day. And he would always talk about. I forgot even why I even said that. I'm like, my short term is out of here today. Sorry about that. Yeah.
You know.
Well, I was talking about her rhythm.
Yeah.
But I don't want to stop you if something popped up for you.
No, I was just about to say, while you were saying that, just to broach her the topic, she mentioned a lot of things. The first young lady talked about the fact how men get this pleasure out of, being ignored and being somebody being mean to them.
Right.
We have to understand those are not men. Those are not men.
So this has nothing to do with science?
No. So the thing is, we have to understand there's a little bit of science in there, and that's what might throw people off. But we have to understand exactly where those things apply.
So where do you think? So from like a scientific perspective, where do you think like she was like off in what she said?
Well, from the very beginning, this assumption that the people that you're interacting with are mature-minded individuals. You're talking about folks who are reacting off of animalistic pretense, like a dog, like a person who have no discernment of understanding. They're off of that. And then you've been called to be something completely different.
I just had a light bulb moment. That makes so much sense.
So, the first piece of it is, I like to call them lustful idiots.
Idiots.
The lustful idiot was created.
And these are the man.
This is the man. The lustful idiot was created.
Wait. Breaking news. Is this your word?
Yeah.
Lustful idiot.
Yeah.
Breaking news, y'all.
Yeah.
Lustful idiots. Remember today's date. What's today?
December 5th.
Yeah.
6.
Yeah. Today's the 6th.
No,
Yeah.
the lustful idiot was created, and it started from a while ago. You mentioned something earlier about how R&B was destroyed by a specific movement. So that lustful idiot was being formulated since back then, where the average man was convinced, your best thing you could do is to run out there and try to get some sex, from some girl or something like that, and somehow that was the prize of your life. That's what you was getting.
Right.
And that guy, he could be manipulated that way. That guy feels like, I want to get it so bad that I miss her, I want her, and so on and so forth. That guy is a clown.
So this whole vasopressin It's
So
bullshit. Or
it's bullshit on its face the way she's trying to explain it. So that has nothing to do with it. Vasopressin is a stress hormone.
Right.
So I could survive. Okay? Now the thing about it is, to survive, that's not what you need to survive. You know, to survive and to be stressed out is for you to adapt.
Yeah, because love, you don't need love to survive.
like
No,
the,
not at all.
like, like the
Yeah,
guy
yeah.
whose arm got stuck by the boulder, and after like 4 days, he said, "I'm gonna have to chop this arm off."
127
Right.
hours, yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to
So,
chop this
there's
arm
a
off
stress
with this
hormone.
butter knife
Right,
in order to
exactly.
survive.
Right.
His vasopressins was popping.
Right. You know? And the
He loved himself.
Yes.
But that's not adrenaline? That's not adrenaline?
So that's not necessarily adrenaline. So here's the thing. The lustful idiot, he think getting some booty is a paramount to him. So he's stressed enough, he'll smack you and drag you in the back alley and rape you.
Wait,
And argue,
We're
basically.
insulting. We're
So-
insulting some guy. Wait.
You know?
This guy, the guy she's describing, I don't even think is even real.
I think we
she's
can't even-
describing some makeup. And I think
No. This is where I said I had a light bulb moment while you were speaking.
Yeah.
She said it's about the men in your inbox.
Yeah, you know who they are.
I'm missing something.
You know them. You know who they are.
You ever been in a woman's inbox trying to reach out that you never met in real life?
I never contacted a woman through email in my entire life.
Well, how about DM?
Not
Have you ever
yet.
seen a picture of a woman
And you
and
go,
said, "Ooh, let me say, hey, how you
Never,
doing?
ever.
My name is Ulrich.
Never.
I'm one of the, the up and coming educators of our time. Have you got anything to do this
Nah,
weekend?"
it'd be weird to do if I didn't, especially with the internet. Unless you're on some dating apps, it'd be weird to do from like a Twitter or Facebook. So no, I don't.
Right.
DM.
Well, these women are getting DM'd from their
Those
from
guys.
these
Lustful
from
idiots.
Okay,
idiots.
wait. So you feel like the people DMing the people she's describing, the people she's talking about is people who are being DM'd and not playing hard to get enough, wherein the men don't get have stronger feelings for them because they're not like playing hard to get. These girls are not stressing the men out properly, so the men are not building up love for them. Is that the men you think she's talking about?
No, we have to think
No,
about.
she's talking about all the betas.
We talking about
all
the
the
30% that's not
betas.
getting any sex. The 30%
No, it's
that's
more than that. It's
you know
higher
what?
than that. That's not getting sex.
That has no that's
It's a
celibate.
wait,
20%.
wait,
You're
we
talking
heard
about
something.
The
the
30%
incels?
celibate. No, that's
No,
that's
that's more than
celibate.
that. More, the numbers are astounding right now. 60, 70%.
No. What you no this? All right, this is what I'm hearing her. She's talking. She thinks first of all, her number one flaw is she didn't differentiate from alphas, betas, or different kinds of men. She
Right.
thinks whatever she's saying applies to men in general.
Right.
So that's who she's speaking to. So I don't think she's speaking to any kind of men. I think
No. She's not. We're
They
just
don't
saying
know.
who she is speaking to. Because she ain't
Now-
speaking to me.
No, even betas, no one's listened to her. Who's gonna? I don't even think. No one's gonna. Her advice is just combative. Her advice wouldn't even. No men would even
Yes.
serve her advice. Her advice is for women.
Yes.
Her advice is
Right,
But
right.
So her advice is what it seems to me. I'm sorry I cut you off.
No, you're good, you're good.
But her advice is telling women not to be accommodating to your man, not to look after your man. Ultimately, the only way that man's gonna stay with you is if you stress him the fuck out. If when I hear stress the fuck out, all I hear her saying is do things to men that just have them annoyed as shit with you.
Right.
And that's what would be and bring them to that level, and then they'll love you and they'll be loyal to you, and that's how you get to them. When speaking that out, when I spoke that out fully, I have to be completely honest. I never love a woman until I can't stand them, and I stay with them regardless. So talking that through,
Talking that through. You like, she's talking about me.
She's wrong because she's trying to convince women that they need to be acting in a way that stresses men out and they need to be less accommodating. She's wrong in the advice she's giving women because that's regardless of that might be better in the long run.
Right.
That's gonna clash with men.
Right.
So that's not gonna work. But I will give her something. I know for a fact when I know I love a woman for sure is when she annoys the shit out of me, but I don't want her to go away. That's when I know I love a woman. Because when she's doing something I can't stand, but I don't want her to leave.
That's why I like the fact that we have these topics, so that we could put the stuff in perspective.
Right.
So now, your job is not to jump in and love a woman. Your love is much different than what you should expect from your woman's counterpart. You are there, there's expectations set on you right from the door. So I like to say, woman's love is very conditional. Your love, when you get there, is unconditional.
I don't know about
So, wait.
No, because if you're able to put up with the shit you don't like,
That's the whole
that
point.
shows how more.
No. There's a line with shit I put up with. I'm
Well,
talking
yeah.
about annoyances. I'm not talking about shit.
Yeah, I think we're
I'm
saying
not
the same
talking
thing.
about-
Doc's
Yeah.
saying the same thing.
Listen.
There's a lot of shit I
Get-
won't put up with.
So catch this piece. Your job is to vet this person, and if you vet this person correctly, and she's on this game plan that you have, and she's going to ride out for you and expand, the world that you see. This world belongs to you. You will give up your life for that world. And even if something were to go wrong or whatever like that, if the person was always who she was meant to be for you, you would still want to take care of them if you have the means. Even if you decide to do something else, you will still make sure that she's okay.
Right.
That's unconditional love, because you'll still protect and provide
Right.
for that group that you're not even with anymore.
Right.
Whereas,
Yeah,
so
like
the
a-
thing,
like a-
and,
let-
and what that says is that maybe you haven't gotten all the way there yet.
You think I haven't fell in love yet?
No, I'm just saying, maybe, because the thing is, it's not that, is the thing is, when you love, that type of love we're talking about, it is when you're ready to step out there and give your life up for it.
First
Because
of all,
it means that much.
I know for a fact all right. Listen, I don't, we haven't had too many personal conversations, but from talking to you, I know that there's a line that you have, and there's a line that no matter how much you love a woman, if she crosses that line, you're not gonna be unconditional. You're not gonna be doing anything for her. I feel like there's a line you cross where where you're gonna completely be like, you're
But
dead to me.
that real love we're talking
So
about.
does that exist? Do you have that line with women that you felt you were in love with?
No, see, that's the thing. I don't, because that woman I can't fall in love with.
Right.
Because that's the vetting process.
Right.
That's the vetting process.
How
That
long is that vetting
See,
process?
that vetting process takes. So the thing is, there's certain areas that you cross, and you see where that person reacts, and it gives you a certain sense of satisfaction. So now the thing about it is, it's you particularly. So the thing about it is, if I get convinced that this person is really on my team, then she's past it. So to my brother, I'd be like, yo, you shouldn't be trusting her, but she passed him. She didn't pass me. Whether that works or not, that's a different story. But it's all individualized. So my thing is, I haven't had that, been an issue, because you have
What happened in the issue?
vetting somebody.
So where you got fucked over, where you vet somebody and thought they met your standards, and then you haven't had them go off of your standards. You're saying.
So the thing about it is, so you may have a standard, and whether or not they don't deviate from what that standards that you set, then so the idea of getting fucked over and stuff like is a different thing, because if you get fucked over, then you didn't actually vet properly.
So what I'm saying, if somebody fucked you over, if somebody fucked you, because you said you had unconditional love, right?
No, go ahead.
Yeah, so you had unconditional love, right?
I didn't say that, but go ahead.
So you haven't had unconditional love.
I didn't answer that, but go ahead.
I need to know. I need to gauge, because there's a.
Can I say something
all
really
right, go ahead.
quickly? The unconditional love that the doc is talking about is he's talking about even through a breakup, I think. Where he's not going to be the guy who's going to say, I'm taking the couch and the TV on the wall.
You're talking about pettiness. That's petty.
Yeah, he's not that. Yeah, unconditional is without the pettiness. Like
That other love is very petty.
yeah.
but-
That it's like me. I get the unconditional love, but I kind of want to kind of get back to this woman here. I don't want to. I think we're going right, left, right. And that's cool.
It comes back together. It's gonna come back together.
Yeah, and it's just that we have a woman who's telling other women, like you said, Ulrich, this is not about her speaking to any men. This is about her speaking to women and telling women about these men in your inbox that are stressed out about you not giving them the time that they want and how they like you more and more and more. We have to remember the woman she's talking to is some Hispanic woman, right? She's some Hispanic woman who says the N-word and got the neck tattoos and the nose piercing, and she plasters the forehead with the hair like that. She might
the baby hair.
no, not even the baby hair. She'll just take the hair and she'll just put it around like this and then just spray it and gel it and all that kind of stuff.
I didn't know that was a thing.
Yeah. That's a real big thing. She's talking to that group. She's talking to this group of women that are looking, they're on Instagram and men are chasing after them. She's talking to that group. And what's interesting is that she doesn't appear to be from that group at all. Like this is just maybe, like you said, talking to be talking. Trying to get your Instagram popping. We all clout chasing for that. We all clout chasing, all of us. We even talked about it earlier. If something happens, we'll try to link up. I know, like on a personal level, you're not clout chasing. You're not into social media. Neither these men are. Neither am I. But we do know that we have a lot to offer, and this woman is trying to her clout chasing is presenting what she has to offer, and that is being able to get this information that she believes is scientific. And what is she doing with it? She's putting out there bullshit. She's putting out there trash. This is not a Googleable thing. The stuff that you're talking about, that stress that a man has, like the doc said, and he blew me away with it, is that you are in a situation where a real dude ain't having none of that. I remember there was a time when me and wifey, we would have issues. And I remember we would be like in a restaurant and there's just something happened, something dramatic happened. And I got up, I might have dropped a 50 on the table and just said, I'm out. Walked out the door and just kept it pushing. I didn't need to go back to the restaurant to see if she was all right and then walk with her down the street. And now we're in the streets with even if we're not verbally fighting, I never experienced any of that. Never. Her and I, we never had that drama where we it was never the back and forth. I was too grown up, made too much money, was not accepting this bullshit from a woman, and that's how it worked. And we've been together 17 years. So I get what you're saying. It's this is what brings me to what I was saying when I got distracted a little earlier, was about we got this cadence with us. We got this rhythm. When we speak in a rhythmic way. It's almost like a salesman where you're selling your idea and you're pushing it as truth. And it ain't truth. This vasopressor is what men need to survive. Mm-hmm. And if you figured out a way to trigger that in beta men, and you want to teach this to these thought-esque women on the internet, then have at it, because guys like us, we're gonna do really great without that, because if you don't call me back, then
we're not talking again. I guess we're never talking again.
Yeah, and then the whole thing now is you can't text a man fast, and a man can't text a woman fast. You know about this. You're in the world. Like if a woman texts you and she's like, "Hey, how long does it take for you to text her back?"
It depends what she communicated to me.
But do you have an average?
If she says some nonsense, usually I just don't text back for a while. Then I'll just like sometimes
No, you meet a girl at a bar.
Yeah.
You exchange numbers.
Yeah.
She then reaches out, "Hey, how you doing? We met. My name is whatever. We met on this date, this time. Let's say it was 2 days. I don't think a woman would text you 2 days later. I think they have to wait 6 days. So the rule is a 5-6 day period.
See,
between.
This is the woman that I cut off
right away.
This is the woman I cut off. See, the vetting starts right at the beginning. And if I move to text, I'm texting and I'm waiting for it. If you don't reply and try to reply 2 days later, you're done.
Oh yeah, no,
Right.
I agree with
You
that.
know,
Yeah, no, I agree with that.
so those are games that's established right off the top.
Right.
And the thing is, if you don't want to deal with no games, you don't do no games right from the jump. That's all.
Yeah,
Okay.
no, I agree with that.
Yeah. So we have a situation where four 4 hours might go by, or let's say 2 days go by, and she texts you, "Hey, how you doing?" How long until you text her back?
So 4 days go by.
No, let's say it's supposed to be 6. So she waits the 5-6 days. She texts you, tells you who she is, where you met her, how you doing, and what's up.
Did I find her attractive?
Well, you gave her your number.
Yeah, I'm good. Fuck, I'll fuck her, sure. I'm good. I'll text
Whoa,
her back.
whoa. That's not the question.
I'll
How
text her.
long until you text her back?
I'm not that cerebral about it. That's being that cerebral. It depends what I'm doing. I'm not thinking. I'm not. At no point in my life when a chick texts me, am I thinking, oh my God, I gotta see. Oh, my text too fast. At no point. It depends if I'm in the mood. There's a lot of factors going into it. If I'm in a good mood and happy, I'm like, hey, what's going on? I'm not doing anything. How are you?
So you don't feel this need to
Fuck
wait
no.
a certain
Fuck
amount
no.
of time.
That's bananas.
All right. And how about you? The same question to you.
Exactly. I mean, there's no timeline. It's just whether or not the perception of game is being played. That's the problem. So if it's
But
like, hey,
if it's the 5-day period, if she waits the 5 days, texts you the same exact text, this is where we met, this is da-da-da, how you doing, how long until you text her back?
no, if I'm going to text back, I'm going to text back right away. Hey, what's going on? You know? So now the thing is, what's your follow-up? You know, I've been living my life. I have to go away. I have to do something. You know, but the thing is,
Shit, you need
between...
an excuse.
But, no, I don't even really need an excuse, but it needs to make sense.
So you need to know why she didn't text
I
you
mean,
in those
not
like
necessarily.
those
Oh,
days?
wait. So you're gonna wanna know what happened to you 5 days
No,
ago.
no, it's not really that. But the thing is, but see, the thing is, you don't even need to go through too much.
Right.
It's going to be spelled out for you.
She doesn't mean enough to me where it would be an issue that she didn't
But
text me back in
you,
5 days.
in other words, here's
That
what I'm
even-
saying. Here's what you're saying to me. You're saying to me that you know about that 5 days, certain amount of rule time, and that already is letting you know this is somebody who's following a script.
Playing the game.
I get it.
Okay.
I get it. I get where you're coming from.
All right.
So right away you know about that script.
And the truth of the matter is, at the end of the day, at this point in my life, you know, time is too valuable. So that's the whole point. It's not about like, you know, she don't mean that important. If she's not that important to me, she shouldn't have my number at all. Because at the end of the day, the only thing she could do at this point is suck time and resource and get to know and all this other stuff.
Yeah, but
And the thing
all right,
is,
I see where you. All right, go
and
ahead.
at the point, you know, being a gentleman, you know, you're on the hook to make things happen. So it's going to be a time, it's going to be a resource, taken out, and all this other stuff. And if you're not at the right point, the only thing you can get out of it is sex. And what that do reduce you to do is to that person we're talking about. So you don't. So it's like it's a very fine
So
line.
when you see the game being played, you know where you're at.
It's like, you know, is that what I'm trying to do? Do I have the time for that?
But I'm all right. I see what you're saying, but
Now, do you know, guys? I would honestly tell you that I don't think I've ever called a woman, ever. I never got a number from a woman and picked up the phone and called her. Even my wife, when I met her, I told her, I said, listen, I'm gonna give you my number, but I want you to know this. I don't want your number because I'm never gonna call you. If you're interested in me and us talking, you have to call me. And she was like, okay. And then about a month later, she called me. And she was like, hey, how you doing? And I was like, what's good? How you feeling? Good to see you. It's been a while. And she was like, you know who this is? And I was like, yeah, I gave you my number when you came by the bar. You're the tall woman. I probably said tall chick. You're the tall chick. Come on. And she was like, I can't believe you remember me. I was like, well, you think I give my number to anybody? I told you I wasn't going to call you. You had to call me. So I've always been that. But I've done that my whole life.
Yeah, but that's a
My
defense
whole
mechanism. You do that to avoid being hurt.
You mean the rejection?
Yeah,
But
I
here's
know
the
you
thing,
do.
though.
I know, bro.
I've
I do
always
that.
stepped
You
to
don't think-
women. I've always stepped to women. I've never had a problem with getting rejected by a woman. I've always stepped to a chick and say, hey, how you doing? My name is Elvis. How you do? What you doing around here? That's actually how the doc and I met.
Yeah.
The doc and I met because of somebody he was dating. And she's walking down the street. And I was like, how you doing? Whoa, where you going? Who are you? You're not from around here. And it was true. She was a German chick, and she came to visit her man at the time who's studying to be a doctor. And I was just like, where you going? Would he be uncomfortable with us getting lunch? And she was just like, I'm looking for a place to get lunch. And I said, come on, let's go. I know a great place to get lunch. So her and I became friends. We were friends before the doc and I became friends.
Yeah, I remember this.
Because I have no problem with stepping to a woman. But I'm not going to call a woman because of, before the rules came out where they actually spelled it out on paper and people read that crap on the internet, before that came out, I was well aware of the rules. And I didn't want to play that game. You like me? I already like you because I gave you my number. Here's my thing. Give me a call whenever. And like you said, it depending how long that time takes, how am I going to deal with that person? You know, so that happens too. So that's a little history about the doc and I. Yeah, we met through a beautiful woman walking down the block. She was at the time like, I never saw a woman look like that. I was just like, but then, can I say this part? Can I say this part? So he goes to Germany to visit her. And then he comes back and he's like, you know, I thought she was really beautiful, but when I got to Germany, they all look like that. She wasn't like in a Hollywood. So, do you remember this conversation?
I remember this. Like, but I wasn't well her because of the way she looked. And you say German, so I mean, she moved to Germany, but she's actually from Eritrea.
Yeah, she was
So
an
she's
He
a-
wanted to
Eritrea.
confirm that she was black.
Yeah.
He's like,
Omar, you don't want Omar Johnson coming
wanted to
after
confirm.
Yeah, so she was, and I did that purposefully. I purposefully was a little not revealing that she was an Eritrean woman. And you know those Eritrean women, they look like Iman. They have that long neck, those dark eyes, and the long nose, and these really unique features, and the
That
skin.
sounds unalluring, man.
Yeah. She was like straight up. When walking through New York City, she's the baddest chick. When you went to Germany, you was like, she's alright. I always remember that. I was like, you cold, man, you cold. Anyway, we had a good time. We had a good time. You got to learn a little bit about us, a little bit about the history and stuff like that. So that's always cool. This is a real friendship. You know, you're dealing with gentlemen here that don't play these games. We don't play games like this with women. You know, we don't play these rule games. And this is what this woman is promoting. She's promoting the game. She's promoting to actually stress these N-words out. The nerve of this woman.
Also, we missed a bunch of comments. They're going on crazy.
You know, and it just reminds me of something. The value system.
There we go.
You know, this value system is extremely unique. I say this because, you know, YouTube will only monetize you by assessing your last 12 months on YouTube. And 2 weeks ago, we were 400 views away from being monetized, which is 4,000 hours. So yes, I have 350,000 views on my YouTube channel, but I only have 3,460 hours. So I'm a few hundred short, but here's the thing. Because they do the 12-month period, what happens in that 12 months, they only regulate that. So for every day that goes by, they only could do 12 months. So if let's say I had a great two or three episodes where I was getting a few hundred views here, that won't add up. So we need you to not only press the thumbs up and share this, right?
Yes.
We need you to do that. We also need you to understand the value for value system. That's where we're not monetized. We're not getting $1 from YouTube. What you can do is hit the Cash App. Hit the Venmo. The Cash App is $ Elvis Rosenberg, one word, and the Venmo is at Elvis-Rosenberg. And we need you to, you know, somebody's got to pay for the beers, right? And we appreciate it very, very much. Should we read some of these comments? I mean, that's the least we could do. You know, let's see. We're going to bring it a little closer over here. All right. And I'll lift it up. And Doc, can you read? Can you start? Let's go after Christopher Perkins.
Who's that? We got Ava Truth. All right, some emojis.
Kamala 42.
Kamala 42.
Salute. Click on the. Okay, all
Click
right.
the like button. Thank you for that.
Who's
This is Foxy Moon.
Premiere.
Yeah.
Salute, Big Chef. Salute to the brothers on the panel. All right. Hey.
All right. T. Riddler.
Okay.
Hit the drain like button. Wow.
right.
Hit the drawn like button. Nice. Good job, T. Riddler. Respect.
All right.
Go ahead, Don.
All right. So this is saying hello to each other. All right.
Okay, that's what's up. Ha ha ha. Dr. Umar would not approve this message. Ha,
It wasn't a
no
snow bunny.
snow
It wasn't
bunnies.
a
No.
It wasn't a snow bunny.
And I got pictures, and I still have pictures of her from that birthday party we threw.
yeah?
So I have proof who she is. What is this? Somebody, Christopher Perkins, I'm still on YouTube, but Clubhouse was bonkers for me. Yeah, but Clubhouse is just a room of people just talking,
right.
screaming, yelling, and then
Having debates.
wasn't AKA Clayface, Whack 100, AKA Clayface, wasn't he on his stomach? But ass naked, barking on niggas on Clubhouse. Oh my God! I just can't forget that. You don't know anything about that. That's some YouTube. That's YouTube stuff.
Come on. Okay.
42.
Helps
Click
the
the like
algorithm.
button. Yeah. You all appreciate it. You know what also helps that like button if you share this video. You can always share it while we're live, and if you're part of the rebroadcast, you can always share it. For the rebroadcast, whenever, just share it with a friend. Throw it on your Facebook and say, yo, check these guys out. Because we need you. Because, we're going to do well with this show. The show's going to do well, but the day ones are so important. Our day ones like Christopher Perkins and T. Riddler and Rob Lowe 3000 and Rob Lowe 2000-ish and all of, we got Ruth Ann, we have Mary, Amy, these are like people that are supporting, people that are going to the Cash App, people that are going to the Venmo. Don't call yourself a day one if you're not willing to support, because we don't need any fans. The doc needs less fans.
We need a producer.
Yeah, a producer. Yeah, producer would be great too. If you're in the Brooklyn area, any part of Manhattan, any part of New York, we'll make it. We'll get you here. Even Staten Island, we can get you here. I don't know what that'll cost us, but.
Any last words about this topic?
I mean, I had plenty of words. I knew where to stop. Y'all
But just no F-bombs though. Let's bring the F-bombs down. We want to chill out with the F-bombs because, we want to be able a person to feel comfortable with when it comes time for sponsorships and stuff like that. If you have if there's a local beer company that I'm talking to in Red Hook, gonna see what we're gonna do with some promotions on their whiskeys and stuff like that. So I'm stepping to a few people because we don't need to have we don't need to go viral in order for you to show us some damn respect. You know that. And like always, I went through my life where I had a parent that couldn't say things like this. I had a parent and a sibling that had a very difficult time saying what I'm going to say to you. And it's always true, and it's that I love you. I went through a whole lifetime with a parent and a sibling that just couldn't say the word. So that's why I try to make sure that you know how serious I am when I tell you I love you and I appreciate you and thank you. Big Officer Chef.
I'll work.
Doctor Surgeon, the people's doctor.
Facts.